Last chapter of The Enchanted Wood is called Safe Back Home Again and Goodbye. The party went on and on. The game of musical chairs was fun, for instead of somebody taking away a chair each time, the end chair took itself away, walked neatly off, and stood watching. Silky won that game. She was so quick and light on her feet. A big box of chocolates came flying down through the air to her when she sat down on the very last chair and pushed Moonface away. She was delighted. "Let's all have one," she said, and undid the box at once. Whilst they were eating, they saw a most astonishing sight. "Look," said Moonface, almost swallowing his chocolate in astonishment. "What's this coming?" Everyone looked. It seemed like a lot of little brightly colored men running very upright. "What do you suppose those are?" "They're party crackers!" shouted What's-His-Name, jumping off his seat in delight. "Party crackers running at us, ready to be pulled." Really, those party crackers were just the greatest fun. They ran about on tiny legs, dodging away, trying not to be caught. Everyone ran after them, laughing and shouting. One by one, the happy crackers were captured, and then they were pulled. My goodness, what glorious things were inside. "I've got a gollywog brooch," said Fanny, pinning it to herself. "I want one too," said her doll. "Well, you must catch a cracker then, Paranel," said Fanny, and how she laughed to see her doll running after a red party cracker. Paranel caught one at last and brought it back to Fanny. Inside there was a teddy bear brooch, which Paranel was simply delighted with. Joe found a silver whistle in his cracker. It whistled like a blackbird. Joe was very proud of it. Moonface found a squeaker that squeaked like a cat meowing and made Old Man Saucepan go hunting for cats all the time. Naughty Moonface. He pressed his squeaker behind the saucepan man and laughed till he cried to hear him calling psst, 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 and looking under the tables and chairs. Silky's clock wanted a cracker too, so it ran after one and trod on one to catch it. It held it with its foot and pulled it with Silky. "What do you suppose was in it? A tiny tin of polish with a duster wrapped around it?" "Just the thing to clean you with," said Silky in delight. The clock was very pleased. It struck 22 times without stopping, much to the walking doll's astonishment. They played hide and seek, and immediately the most exciting bushes and trees sprang up everywhere for them to hide behind. Really, the birthday land was the most exciting country to be in. Then they played Here We Come Gathering Nuts in May, and 2 big nut trees grew behind them, full of nuts, and a long hedge white with sweet-scented May. It made the game seem very real. When they played Here We Go Round the Mulberry Bush, a big mulberry tree grew up as they danced, and the children gave a shriek of delight and picked the right red mulberries to eat. You never know what's going to happen next, but you might be sure it was something exciting. Then they thought they would have races, and presto, they saw a crowd of small motor cars running up, all ready to be raced. In got everyone choosing the car they liked best. There was even a tiny one for Paranel the doll, and an extra one for Silky's clock, who joined in the fun and ding-donged merrily all the time. The old saucepan man won the race, though he dropped a few saucepans on the way. Moonface handed him a box of sweets that had appeared for the winner. "You've won," he said. "Run?" said Saucepan Man. "All right, I'll run." And he ran and ran and ran as fast as he could. What a noise he made, with his kettles and saucepans clattering all around him. "Supper time! Supper time!" shouted Moonface suddenly, and he pointed to a lovely sight. About 100 toadstools had suddenly grown up, and appearing on them were jugs of all kinds of delicious drinks, and cakes and jellies and fruits. Smaller toadstools grew beside the big ones. "They're for the seats," cried Silky, sitting down on one and helping herself to some acornade. "I'm hungry. Come on, everyone." Bessie flew down from the air. She did so love flying. Fanny ran up with her doll, who followed her everywhere, talking in her little high voice. Joe galloped up on his pony. Everyone was happy. It began to get dark, but nobody minded, because big lanterns suddenly shone everywhere in the trees and the bushes. As they sat and ate, there came a loud bang, bang, bang. Paranel cuddled up to Fanny, frightened. Silky's clock tried to get onto Silky's knee, scared, but she pushed it off. "What was that?" said Joe, patting his frightened pony. "Fireworks!" shouted the angry pixie in delight. "Look, look!" And there in front of them were the fireworks, setting themselves off beautifully. Rockets flew high and sizzled down in colored stars. Catherine wheels whizzed around and around and around. Squibs jumped and banged. Golden feathers poured down like fountains. Really, it was glorious to watch. "This is the loveliest birthday party I've ever had," said Bessie happily. flapping her big wings as she sat and watched the fireworks. Lovely things to eat, wishes that come true, most exciting games, glorious crackers, and now fireworks. We have to go home at midnight, said Moonface, pushing away Silky's clock, which was trying to sit on his toadstool with him. I do hope it isn't time yet. How shall we know when it's midnight? Asked Fanny, thinking that it really was quite time to get her doll to bed. They knew all right, because when midnight came, Silky's clock stood up straight and struck loudly 12 times. Dong, 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 dong. To the ladder! To the ladder! Cried Moonface. Hurry, everyone! The birthday land will soon be on the move. The ladder was there. Everyone climbed down and called goodbye. The elves took the cushions and slid down the slippery slip. Mr. Whiskers got his beard caught round the legs of Moonface's sofa and nearly took that with him down the slide. Moonface just stopped just in time and unwound his beard. What about my pony? Asked Joe anxiously. Do you suppose he will mind sliding down, Moonface? Well, he can't climb down the tree, and he certainly wouldn't like going down in the washing basket, said Moonface. So they sat the surprised pony on a cushion, and he slid down in the greatest astonishment, wondering what in the world was happening to him. Fanny slid down with her sleepy doll on her knee, and Bessie carefully took off her wings and folded them up. She didn't mean to have them spoiled. She wanted to use them every day. She was so very proud of them. The pony arrived on the cushions of moss quite safely. Joe mounted him, and it was dark in the wood, but the moon was just rising, and they would be able to see their way home quite well. Goodbye, called Moonface from the top of the tree. We had a lovely time. Goodbye, called Silky. Ding dong, said her clock sleepily. Take care of yourself, shouted What's-His-Name. Moonface pressed his squeaker loudly, and then giggled to hear Saucepan Man call, psst, psst, psst. Wherever is that cat? Slishy, slushy, slishy, sloshy. Good gracious, was Mrs. Dame Wash-A-Lot doing washing already? Joe dodged away on his pony, and the girls ran from the tree. Mr. Whiskers got the water all over him, for he was standing nearby, and he was most disgusted. Come on, girls, said Joe, laughing. We really must go home. We shall never wake up in the morning. So they went home once more through the enchanted wood, with the moon shining pale and cold between the trees. Wisha, 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 whispered the leaves. Joe put his pony in the field outside the cottage. Fanny undressed Paranelle and put her in her doll's bed. Bessie put her wings carefully into a drawer. They all undressed and got sleepily into bed. Good night, they said. What a lovely day it's been. We are lucky to live near the enchanted wood. They were, weren't they? Perhaps they will have more adventures one day. But now we must say goodbye to them and leave them fast asleep, dreaming of the land of birthdays and all the lovely things that happened there. The end.